first game. We're live from the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana, for this Pelicans home game. Great to have you with us, everybody, live on 2K Sports alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. I'm Kevin Harlan. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Calderon and DeRozan in the backcourt. Tyreke Evans out there with Chris Bosh. And it's Asik in the center, blocking down the middle. Here's Lawson. It's the outside fadeaway. Lawson's got the first basket of the game for the Pelicans.
Not what they drew up, but they'll take the 2 points.
Now here's Bosh. Kicks it to DeRozan. Basket is good. The assist from Bosh.
Chris Bosh, unbeknownst to many, is arguably the premier mid-range jump shooter in the league. In particular, from the right elbow, guys, he is deadly.
Here's Green. Feeds to Davis. Clock at 6. Banked in off the glass. Davis has got his first 2 points.
Beautiful cut to the hoop. He's getting anything he wants here already.
And here's Toronto. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Calderon kicks to Asik. It's stolen by Davis. Evans against Allen. Pass to Lawson. Allen kicks to Green. Poke loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Here's Whiteside. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out. That's the result you get right there.
Calderon dishes to Bosh. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Traps in the tray. DeRozan's got 5 points so far. New Orleans in the lead. Lawson kicks to Allen. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. The turnaround jumper.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
The pass to Evans. Bosh, that's the pick for Evans. And it's Bosh at the elbow. The basket good off the assist from Evans.
3 straight makes to start this game. Looking good.
Lawson kicks to Allen. Lawson the pass to Allen. Lawson with a screen on DeRozan. It's Allen with the drive. That one off the back iron and out.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that.
Outside DeRozan. And now the Pelicans on the break. Lawson's got the ball. Allen, that's good.
Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
Raptors trailed by 3. Calderon kicks to DeRozan. Kicks it out to Evans. Shot clock at 6. He dishes it to Calderon. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. New Orleans leading by 3. Lawson the pass to Allen. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Allen's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
He's at the pick. Here's Evans. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks, just to get you some open looks like that one.
You know, the Pelicans did not have the best overall record last year, but they were a nightmare matchup for a lot of teams in the East and had a really good out-of-conference record.
Now, here's Calderon following the miss by Lawson. Kicks it out to Evans. Three-pointer. And Calderon gets it to go on the assist from DeRozan. And it's all knotted up.
As you said, the Pelicans did play very well against the East last year. With the division they were in, any trip out east must have felt like a vacation.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And for the Pelicans, they ended with a 19-11 record against the East. Good mark for a nice young team.
And a nice precedent, Kevin, for a team whose goal is to make the playoffs in the West, which we know how difficult that is. You have to get about 20 out-of-conference wins to be able to be in one of those 8 playoff spots in the Western Conference.
Changes for New Orleans. Mahinmi comes in for Hassan Whiteside. And it's Granger in for Jeff Green. For New Orleans, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. A shot by Lawson, wide open. It's good from about 19 feet. Toronto trailing. Pass to Calderon. Evans setting the pick for Calderon. He feeds it to Bosch. Shoots from the baseline. For New Orleans, they've gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Back to Granger. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Bosch is screen on Granger. It's Bosch with the drive. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Well, the Toronto Raptors guys looking at a rebrand for a team starting next season to celebrate their 20th anniversary in the league. Boy, time flies. New colors, Steve, and a new logo.
Yeah, they'd even considered a name change, but decided to stick with the Raptors. But a chance perhaps to go with that bird of prey connotation rather than a dinosaur.
Van Gordon's checked in for the Pelicans. Sessions comes in for Ty Lawson. Now here's Sessions. Granger outside. Passes it to Davis. On the wing. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
When you go back to when the Raptors came into existence in 1995, it was Jurassic Mania, thanks to the hit movie at that time. That influenced the fan vote when it came to the team's name, but I think the Tyrannosaurus theme may soon go extinct.
And that one's good. Sessions has got his first points in this one.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Back to Calderon. Stolen by Granger. Here's Gordon. Toronto grabs the miss. Asik's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, you talk about the branding of this Raptors team, the new uniforms. Of course, we saw the Toronto-bred rapper Drake in a lot of their games sitting courtside. They had the playoff run last year. This is, I think, an up-and-coming franchise with a lot of appeal.
Granger Granger dishes to Sessions. Four on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession.
He had no choice but to lunge for that pass to stop it from getting through.
Well, that was a good job. It could have been a quick bucket if he doesn't knock it out of bounds there.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Usher. And it's Livingston in for Jose Calderon. Here's Evans. Following the basket by Ben Gordon. Evans kicks to Hill. It's stolen by Davis. And it's Gordon missing.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Evans outside. DeRozan passes to Hill. Lays it up and banks it in. New Orleans in the lead. Sessions up top. There's the screen. Dishes it to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Davis with it. He's picked up by Hill. Three-pointer. Granger. Evans with some nice D. Now here's Sessions. And there's the rejection. Pull up Shea. They get the rebound. On offense, here are the Pelicans. Gordon dishes to Sessions. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Davis. From down in the low post, it goes. Davis has got his second basket.
How about the first quarter for him at the offensive end? He's really had the touch going.
Toronto calls timeout. And during the timeout, both coaches getting a chance here to review the strategy at this point of the game, along with the discussions. Also some rehydration going on with Gatorade. Everyone trying to bring their top game here tonight.
Yeah, that's why you see the trainers going around to every player, making sure they're hydrated, they're getting enough to drink during the game. And so important to hydrate yourself and keep yourself strong and ready to play for these big minutes down the stretch.
Mike Scott's checked in for the Pelicans. Raptors also changing it up. Vonleh's check in for Bosch. Ross comes in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Thornton in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Gordon penetrating the feet to Sessions. Nobody near Granger. Mahimi. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in this first half.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Here is Livingston. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Now here's Sessions. Scott kicks to Gordon. It's tipped. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And a wide open look for Thornton. And it's Thornton again missing. Pelicans leading by 5. Here's Sessions. The dish out to Scott. Drills the baseline jumper. And the Pelicans lead by 7. And we reach the end of the first quarter. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
And the key is you look at the steal totals for this team. They have really put good pressure on the offense.
Well, you know what? Pressure can lead to pilfers, and pilfers can lead to points. So we've got the 3 P's: pressure, pilfers, points. Get it done.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Pelican 5 right now. Gordon out there with Ramon Sessions. Then there's Danny Granger. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Mahinmi in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
With a young athletic team, talented at getting to the rim, it made sense for the Pelicans to play more up-tempo. 2 seasons ago, they played the slowest pace in the league, but last year made a real effort to speed things up.
Now here's Thornton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Kicks it to Vonleh. 5 on the clock. Off target on the 15-footer.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Mahinmi down low. He's guarded by Ross. Mahinmi's shot is good.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
And a wide open look for Thornton. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Thornton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. On the wing, Gordon. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Hill trying to break free. Good, nice play there from Vonleh.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Doubled by Vonleh. And Sessions kicks to Scott. Here's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That'll be his second foul of the game. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Whiteside's checked in for Mahinmi. Green comes in for Danny Granger. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Sessions. Here's
Look out below. Wow. Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Yeah, just exerting his authority out there.
Now, here's Scott. No good from Lawson. Raptors trail by 6. Here is Livingston. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
No, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
Gordon, the pass to Whiteside. Outside, Green. No one near him. That's good. Green's got his second basket of the game. The Raptors have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Feeds it to Thornton. They double him with Green. The drive by Hill. The rim-rattling two-handed jam. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over here.
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin? Come on, I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up there. I mean, he threw it down with force.
And the dunk by Vonleh.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Now, here is Watson. The shot is off. Well, Jordan Hill has battled injuries, but when he's played Clark, he's been pretty effective.
You know, Kevin, last season, around 20 minutes per game he played with the Lakers, and you could argue he should have been playing more. He was very productive in that time on the floor. He's more a banger than a spread four. He's not a great perimeter shooter. So the fit with their spread out system might have limited his playing time.
Right side, Green. That is in there. Watson with the assist. 6 points for Jeff Green.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Toronto calls timeout.
And Hill tried to develop his outside shot to better fit into the Lakers' offense last year, but that's not his strength. I mean, where he's best is his ability to use his size and athleticism on the boards and really defensively as well.
Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Allen comes in for Gordon. And some changes here for the Raptors. Raptors trailed by 4.
And Hill is one of the best rebounders in the league. He's a quality defender as well, and he can play some center. So if he can stay healthy, I think he's a guy that can really be a player to watch.
So it's the Pelicans now, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Pass to Davis. Back to Lawson. Clock at 4. Here's Green. Nails it from the high post. Green's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, they are as hot as can be from mid-range. They're getting run off that three-point line, but they're taking advantage and knocking down those middle-range shots.
Steve, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on pull-up jumpers.
Now here's Calderon. Bosch misses.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Lawson up top. He's guarded by Calderon. Green kicks to Allen. Puts it up from 7. Another one falls for New Orleans. Raptors trailed by 6. Evans with it. Outside DeRozan. Trying to find Ashik. Gets it to him. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Whiteside's got his 3rd rebound on the night. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah.
Steve, you like groove, don't you?
I do. I love groove, Kevin, and I love the attack mode this team is in, too. I mean, they're really getting into the paint. They're getting whatever they want offensively.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Thank you, Kevin. Omer Ashik on a new team, but he's made an impression with his former squads. Jeremy Lin called him, quote, an incredible defender and a game changer. Kevin McHale said he's a big-time player in the middle. And remember, Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau raved about his intelligence, relentless drive, and willingness to play for the team. Not bad, Kevin.
One of the premier defensive centers in the league, Doris. Thanks. Raptors trail by 8. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
The pass to Bosch. Back to Evans. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
I thought they did a better job of getting it inside in the first. I mean, they were conscious of throwing that ball in the paint and attacking the rim.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
About a year ago, they converted about 78% of their free throws as a team, so pretty solid there.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Here's Whiteside. Davis.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
It's his first trip to the line.
Quality free throw shooter a year ago, about 79%. Anthony Davis voted most likely to have a breakout year 2, and the GMs called it right. First-time All-Star, most improved candidate, statistically a top 10 player in the league.
Bosch heads the pick for Evans. Got a piece of it. From the baseline. Here's Hasek. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Lawson outside. He kicks to Davis. Uncovered. Raptors trail by 7. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. Bosch, a screen on Lawson. It's stolen by Green. Here's Davis. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And if we see a few more of them, this game could be in danger of getting out of hand quickly.
Calderon kicks to Bosch. Shot clock at 6. And the basket good. Bosch has got 6. Pelicans leading by 7. Lawson with it. Evans picks him up. And the wide open shot from Green. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got 4 assists in the game. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now here's Calderon. He dishes it to Bosch. Pass to Bosch. No luck. Great tee that time from Davis. Here are the Pelicans with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Passes it to Allen. He feeds it to Whiteside. 5 on the clock. It's stolen by DeRozan. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Back to Allen. Puts up the baby hook. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Mahinmi's checked in for Whiteside. Granger comes in for Jeff Green. Gordon's checked in for Allen. And Sessions subbed in for Ty Lawson.
DeMar DeRozan is starting to piece it together. I mean, we see him up in his scoring average. He's shooting it better. He's passing the ball with more confidence. He's becoming more efficient. You know, after a big extension from the Raptors, I think they've got to be pleased with his progress.
New Orleans making a switch here. Scott's checked in. Now Calderon after the missed 3 from Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bosch. The 10-footer finds the target. Bosch has got 8 points.
Well, he knew that with his height advantage over his man, it was really a good decision just to rise up and take the jump shot.
Here's Sessions. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Pelicans have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Well, they were a fairly decent free throw shooting team a year ago, Kevin.
And that concludes the first half. The Pelicans on top, up by 9. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And now the third quarter about to get going.
And what a tremendous game for Green. He has 11 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
So for Toronto right now, Calderon and DeRozan in the backcourt. Omer Ashik is out there with Chris Bosh. And it's Evans in the small forward. And Sessions kicks to Scott. This is to Sessions. It's stolen by Calderon. Fast break Toronto. Here's DeRozan. Scott pulls it in. Pelicans leading by 7. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Toronto's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Calderon kicks to DeRozan. Back to Calderon. It's DeRozan with the drive. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Evans. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those, and this lead will be double digits.
Sessions again to DeRozan. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. Another one falls for New Orleans. Raptors trailed by 11. Evans outside.
Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow. Now, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this league.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Scott dishes to Sessions. There's the feed to Mahinmi. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Mahinmi's got the lead up to 11 now for the Pelicans. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half.
For years, the Raptors have been a doormat for a lot of teams out west. An easy win, but last year they were one of the best teams in the East when it came to playing against the West.
And then Ashik with the dunk.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
If he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Mahinmi passes to Sessions. And that is good. Sessions has got 9 points. Raptors were one of just a few Eastern teams to go over 500 against the Western Conference when they went head-to-head.
Yeah, I think it had to do with the Raptors' ability to get hot. You know, when this team is hitting their shots, they can compete with anybody, and there really isn't much an opponent can do about it.
No good from Bosch.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And I'll tell you what, they've turned a lot of those rebounds into points at the other end.
Raptors trailed by 11. The dish to Evans. No good. Granger with the defensive effort. For New Orleans, they've gotten 4 of the first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Doubled by Bosch. In the corner, Granger with it. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans. DeRozan with a screen for Evans. Kicks it to DeRozan. From the top of the key, he buries it. DeRozan's got 12.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Here's Sessions. Ashik comes up with the rebound. Ashik's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Evans. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Evans has got 6 points in the quarter.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
That doesn't go in either for Sessions.
You know, he's so confident, sometimes to a fault, and that showed right there. That's a bad shot.
Exactly. I mean, that's self-inflicted damage right there. There are a lot better options than what he took.
Calderon kicks to Ashik. Here's Bosch. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now just a 5-point Pelican lead.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Nobody near Granger. The three-pointer, no good. Now Calderon. Outside DeRozan. Here's Bosch. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. You've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Ramon Sessions, a 6'3" combo guard. He's actually pretty good guarding shooting guards. A good strength, especially in his legs, which allows him to stay in front of offensive players.
Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Jose Calderon. And Sessions kicks to Davis. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Pelicans, Whiteside's checked in for Mike Scott. Green comes in for Danny Granger. And Tony Allen subbed in for Ben Gordon. Calderon dishes to Evans. Bosch passes to Ashik. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Sessions is running. That's good. Sessions has got 10 points in the quarter.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
Bosch is screen on Sessions. It's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. And Sessions kicks the Whiteside. And that one's good. And it's a 6-point Pelican lead.
He was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
And the Raptors call time here.
Anthony Davis was stellar all of last year, but he did miss a lot of time with injury trouble. And I think that's the only thing that's going to slow him down in his quest to be possibly the best player in the NBA.
Some changes for Toronto. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Usher. Thornton comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Livingston in for Jose Calderon. Hill is screen on Sessions. Livingston dishes to Hill. Shot clock at 5. From deep, Thornton. Green with the block. And that'll be Toronto as it goes out of bounds. Raptors retain possession. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And you mentioned, Clark, the injury for Davis. He missed a couple of weeks with a broken bone in his hand.
Yeah, he got banged up his rookie season, too, but he's putting on muscle so that he can withstand the physicality of the NBA. And that'll help with his durability and his ability to hold his ground on defense.
Ball's knocked loose.
Well, he's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Check out the game for Bob. 12 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
Well, you can't discount what that's meant to this team. I mean, he's helped their cause with his passing, and it's really given his team a nice groove.
Down here in the Bayou, the Pelicans were a much deadlier team shooting the ball. They really shot well from outside when they played in this building.
Terrence Ross is checked in for Toronto. Allen passes to Green. Feeds to Whiteside. Pass to Sessions. Just 4 to shoot. As you guys said, the Pelicans were sharpshooters here at home. Top 5 in the league, Steve, for three-point percentage in this building.
And that helped them finish the season over 500 here in New Orleans, which is a step in the right direction for a team that is on the rise.
And he can't hit the second.
The main thing there was that he got them a 2-possession lead despite the 1 miss.
Here is Livingston. Wash inside. Discarded by Davis. Deep 2 from Ross. Offensive rebound. Here's Hill. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Hill's got 6.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Knocked away. And here's Sessions. 14 points for him. Kicks it out to Allen. Second shot opportunity. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got 4 points this quarter.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Livingston kicks to Thornton. And it comes off the front of the rim. New Orleans leading by 5. Now here's Sessions. That doesn't go in either for Sessions. .132 left in the third quarter. Ross on the wing.
Terrence Ross, I think, has a chance to be an elite 3-and-D player at the NBA level. Has three-point shooting and defense for the uninitiated. Tremendous athleticism and a beautiful stroke make him an entertaining player to watch.
He misses the free throw. And Terrence Ross can make some highlights, Steve, around the rim.
Yeah, so athletic. You'd like to see him get to the line a bit more. I think he has a tendency to settle, but, you know, as he is, a pretty efficient scorer.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Scotty's checked in for Davis, and Ty Lawson subbed in for Sessions. They set the pick. Lawson that one's good. Lawson's got 8.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Now the pass to Livingston. He kicks to Bosch. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Bosch has got 8 points here in this quarter.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Lawson dishes to Green. Scott with a screen on Ross. Green kicks to Allen. They kick it out to Green. Here's Whiteside. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Hill's got his 6th rebound on the night. And the shot falls short this time. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pelicans lead by 4. From New Orleans. Pelicans leading by 4. We've got Lawson. Mike's got up there with Green. Then there's Ben Gordon. And it's Mahinmi in at the 5. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And he gets it to go. That's 10 points for Lawson.
The entire defense was frozen footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Livingston kicks to Ross. 6 to shoot. And here's Richardson outside. Pelican shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Outside, Scott. Pass to Green. Lawson kicks to Green. Lets it go from 11. Here's Mahinmi. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Here is Livingston. Here's Ross. Rebound by Mahinmi.
You rarely see him missing dunk, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Lawson kicks to Scott. Fires the 3. And it's Gordon missing.
And then he's having all sorts of problems with his shot.
I'm not sure he even has a shot right now, Steve, to be quite honest. Not a reliable one anyway.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Lawson outside. Into Green. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
Pelicans leading by 10. Lawson kicks to Mahinmi. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Mahinmi's got 4 this quarter.
Sharp pass to give his teammate the high percentage shot in close.
Conley setting the pick for Ross. Misses, and the dry spell continues. The Pelicans have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Lawson the pass to Gordon. Mahinmi kicks to Green. With the shot. Lawson outside. Tries again. and all around the rim that time before dropping in. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Here is Livingston. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And again, Toronto no luck. Lawson with it. They kick it out to Green. The 17-footer. Off the left rim and out.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here is Livingston. He dishes it to Ross. From deep, Richardson. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside, Scott. Here's Mahimi. And that one is hammered home. No challenge from the defense there. Clark could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, partner. Going hard to the hoop for that throwdown.
Yeah, that's invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
And the Raptors call time here.
Well, good timeout, guys, because, this has been a bad run for them. He's got to get his team back on the same page and executing well together.
Sometimes just getting to stop in the action can be enough to get a team back on track. There's something about that little pause in the intensity of the game that lets you refocus.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Mahimi. Granger comes in for Green. And Tony Allen subbed in for Gordon. Here's Hushit. Shot to end this cold run. No good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Davis with a screen on Colder. Scott kicks to Allen. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Toronto has their hands full guarding against Davis.
He's got 10 points and some big-time defense with the 3 steals, too.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the all-around effort that he's put in here today.
The numbers tell the story, Steve. He is filling up just about every column of that box sheet.
Calderon dishes to DeRozan. Back to Calderon. There's a good screen. And the wide-open shot from Evans. That doesn't go either for Evans. Lawson the pass to Allen. Back to Lawson. Pass to Davis. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. And the Pelicans making a change here. Whiteside's checked in. Davis has the open look. Drills the baseline jumper. Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
And DeRozan. Here we go. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
Lawson kicks to Davis. Goes up the baseline. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Ontic dishes to Calderon. Off target with his 3.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Tries it from the top of the key. Good. 14 points for Ty Lawson. Evans outside. Here's the screen.
Tyreek Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot, held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Tolliver comes in for Davis, and Sessions subbed in for Ty Lawson. And Toronto also making a switch. Chris Bosh is checked in for Antic. Shot from 16. Granger misses.
And Evans has worked diligently on his shooting. He had a bad habit of fading back on every jump shot early in his career, so he's tried to shoot with a more traditional motion.
And here's Bosh for three. New Orleans with the ball. They're on an 18-4 run right now. Granger outside. That ball is great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got his 4th assist in this one. And Evans over his career has bounced around a little bit position-wise. He played point guard at Memphis and coming into the NBA and then some small forward. What do you think his best position is?
I think he's one of those guys that probably is a playmaking small forward or 2 guard. He's got ball handling skills that allow him to make plays. He can score. He's strong. His wingspan allows him to play bigger than he is. But I think he's a playmaking 2 or 3.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Mahinmi's checked in for Whiteside. Warren comes in for Danny Granger. That's Felton in for Tony Allen.
All game long, guys, he's been getting it done. Really doing a nice job rebounding.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, they've had a major advantage on the glass, dominating that stack.
Warren the pass to Felton. He feeds it to Mahinmi. Back to Felton. And stolen by Richardson. Moving it up. Al Thornton. Dishes it to Prigioni. Richardson kicks to Antic. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Sessions.
You know, an interesting study came out recently that argued that steals are really undervalued, not just because they create high percentage scoring opportunities at the other end, but also there just aren't that many players who really excel in that area.
Outside for Felton. The feed to Mahinmi. And stolen by Richardson. The dish to Prigioni. Just 5 to shoot. And again, no good by Toronto. You talk about steals, one of the harder stats to replace. Some players just have the knack.
Yeah, you know, when you replace a guy who can take the ball away from opponents, a great stealer, I mean, it's hard to replace that in your lineup. Steals require a special knack, quickness, anticipation. You know, guys that do a good job of ball hawking can really get into an opposing player's head, too.
There's the pick. Kicks to Antic. From deep, Richardson. No good. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. .133 left in the 4th quarter. Now here's Sessions. Over in the corner, Warren. That ball's great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got 5 assists in the game.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for New Orleans.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
Depth always a factor in wins like this, and what an incredible game out of nowhere it was for Anthony Davis. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on defense that put them in the driver's seat.
Mahinmi's shot is good.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to this spurt.
Just keep on firing, man. No reason to slow down now.
Thornton with it. Feeds it to Prigioni. He's looking for Richardson and finds him. Fader on the way. And good on the basket. Book it. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so the Pelicans now can just hold on to the ball. Here's Sessions. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for joining us tonight in our presentation of NBA on 2K Sports. Now our Jordan Player of the Game.